It is Wednesday. It is the Rundown. It is May 3rd, my last day here before I'm heading to Kentucky Derby tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. And by now, hopefully Roman approval won. I won't be at the race, which means he will win, because my only dream, I don't have many goals left in life. I do. One of the major ones is be live when my horse wins and be in the winner's circle and can quit with the ownership shit, because I'm not nearly wealthy enough to be in that game.
And he's racing.
I know, right down the street.
Yeah. Dave did the classic. He was like, yeah, Roman Approval's racing in like the 8th in Belmont. And I was like, oh, let me go check it out. And then I just bet every race today.
You said that?
My day has just been derailed.
That's inaccurate, though, because I wasn't thinking that, and I heard you and Glennie say, are we doing Belmont?
Well, because I knew Roman Approval was, and I was like, well, I got to build the bankroll, so I go back. Glennie also said I asked Glennie if he's betting Belmont today, and he's like, well, I would, but I already put my entire bank account in Roman Approval because Dave said he'd win.
I think he is going to win.
Yeah, but to be like, yeah, I put it all because Dave said he'd win.
I think Roman, we'll know by the time this airs. We'll know whether that's true.
I'm also really not going to cry for you not being able to go to the winner's circle of your horse.
It's a big fucking deal. I spent a lot of money.
As a fellow gambler, like there's very few things I root for you in life anymore, but this is one of the ones.
That would be so fucking cool.
I wish it would happen just so you, like you said, you could be done with it.
Done with it. Yeah. That's all I want.
Just
I need to
watch
watch
your hands.
Once you get the taste,
you're never
be done with it. Don't lie.
Yeah, also, it's supposed to rain consistently
at the Derby.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Derby.
Really?
Straight rain. Yeah, so that's going to screw that up. It is brought to you by Dude Wipes, dudeproducts.com/barstool. It's underneath. 15% off. Stay fresh on the go with Dude Wipes no matter what the situation calls for. Dude Wipes are flushable. Dude Shower Wipes are extra large and extra thick. Both come in home and travel packs. Huge users of Dude Wipes. I've used them in the golf course. I know Chaps is a big Dude Wipe guy. You probably did one of your George Brett shit video.
Yep. Dude Showers.
Dude Showers. Quick shout out if you haven't seen the This is Barstool Today with George Brett and the Pine Tar incident. I think that may be the single best piece of content we've ever done.
He said that was the first time he's ever reenacted that. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
That's
nuts. That was so real.
So mad.
It's like he went back to the Pine Tar game. You know what I mean? It's like he actually had that real raw freak out.
Vaguely reminded me of the Taffer bit, except 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
So watch that. Actually, put that in there. People should see that, so we'll just put that in here.
Can't beat that, man.
Francis, I think I'm done with my blog. I think it's a homer. You want to take a look at it?
Yeah, happily. Yeah, sure.
Yo, Keith, can you come here for a second? George just wrote this blog, and I found
George Brett?
Yeah, I found this on the keyboard. What do you think?
Big Cat. John. Kevin, check this out.
You can't have that.
This is not.
Can't post that.
It's a foreign substance on the keyboard.
Yeah.
We don't blog with that. He can't blog with that.
That's right. Okay. George, you're out.
You gotta be fucking shitting me! What the fuck? You know what? I fucking did not do anything fucking wrong. Fuck you! Fuck you! And now on to the topics. And again, there's no way Roman is going to go off at 10-1. People know I own him by this point, so he gets bet. No. But that's a weird morning. I can't believe he's 10-1. Yeah. It is one of those things. I'll be rooting for him because I'm going to bet him, but it's going to be very bittersweet if this horse wins this race.
Right.
Because it's impossible to get to Belmont, by the way.
It's getting louder and louder.
Yeah, it is.
A lot louder. It's intern day here at Barstool as well, which is always an interesting day, and it's a very busy day, so I think Frankie Borelli's interviewing him. Look at this guy. M.O. That's what we're talking about. It could have been an after show. We're doing a lot of pre-show. But the only thing that's happened so far in intern day is I wanted to strangle intern Brett because
he's been demoted.
The only answer he had, the first two candidates, the first one, the only thing he'd ever done is run on the field at Yankee Stadium when he was drunk and get arrested. That was literally it.
That's the prototypical, I would fit right into Barstool. One time I went streaking at Yankee Stadium.
He literally
And Brett was like, go ahead, you come on through.
He literally
right
had
to the
nothing
top.
else to say, except he did say this analogy, and we'll have the tape. So he ran on the field during an Orioles game, and Adam Jones, he saw Adam Jones, and he's like, Adam Jones called me an asshole. It's like, well, you ran on the field and
Yeah,
got tackled.
you kind of are an
And he's
asshole.
like, it's kind of ironic, don't you think? We're like, why? He's like, well, he got peanuts thrown at him, so it kind of proves I was right. It's like, what are you talking about, dude?
That's the hottest take of all on Adam Jones.
So then I can't.
Oh, my
Brett-
God.
And then the next kid's opening line on his resume was, I got arrested for DUI, and I'm writing this like 6 beers deep. So I called Brett in. I'm like, how many people applied for this? Because there must have been like 4. These 2 made. He said 4,000.
Oh, my
And these are who he
God.
picked. So intern Brett doing the damn thing per usual.
You're an arch nemesis,
FYI,
broken brain.
We're not looking for like alcoholics.
No.
Like,
No.
They got confused. The bar and back, like Barstool, like who applies for a job that is now hard to get because a lot of our interns end up with jobs and leads with like,
I got a DUI.
or I got arrested.
It's hard because we make our jobs look a lot of fun, and they are a lot of fun for the most part. But like when we're out making videos, it's not like we're just like 12
Also,
beers
we've never
deep.
been like, how awesome is this DUI?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was just
Right.
stupid. That
well,
was ridiculous.
Trent, but yeah,
The kid,
that one time with Trent.
that was funny though,
Yeah.
because he's like, what he say? Oh
right.
no, like the St. Lunatics just come on now, I'm in trouble, and then he was in
Disappeared.
trouble. The kid also, the first kid, the kid who got tackled, he's like, oh, and I'm going to Australia, like play lacrosse, so I'd like to know in a week.
Oh,
He's like, my time
Kind of
Forcing your
flipping it on
hand,
you.
huh?
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing in lacrosse? Like, I just want to meet people. I think it's good to network. He also, this kid's resume
In
literally-
Australia.
This kid's
lacrosse networking
In Australia.
This kid's,
the
this
worst
kid, the
idea I've
more,
ever
the more
heard.
I'm talking about, it's more a ringing indictment of Brett. He said, number 1 line, arrested. Number 2 line, I've been to 4 colleges in 4 years because I get bored easily.
All right, well, you're an idiot.
Okay. All right.
That person's a fucking.
We're off to a running.
Tom Brady's hands. Never noticed it. Don't know if they're photoshopped. I've watched this guy play football my whole life. I've seen a million pictures of him. Those hands were, who was that guy? Was it, some guy used to roll around with huge hands. He was an internet hands guy. Did he play for the Wizards potentially?
Cool. Well, Kawhi Leonard right now is the hot,
Kawhi's got
huge hands guy.
hands. Giannis got huge hands.
No, there
Pedro
was, like,
Martinez
some
used to have those weird
Long
hands
fingers
that went back.
that snap the
No,
ball.
San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, Kawhi.
Kawhi.
No, white guy.
Oh, Boban.
Oh
Boban.
yeah, but
Well,
he's
just
like,
a huge
he's
person.
Like 7'3".
His
Yeah,
hands
he's
need
a
to be that
monster.
big.
What is, are those real on Brady's hands?
I don't know. I couldn't tell if those are photoshopped or not.
It's also weird because it was like his. You couldn't even really see his fingers. It was just like the middle of his hand, the massive middle.
Yeah, the whole
It's
thing
like a
was
paw.
very weird.
Like a bear paw.
It's very weird.
If somebody, now speaking, to throw this back to intern Brett, if somebody photoshopped that, that's such an old viral internet trick, like to pick a random photo and be like, I'm gonna go big on his hands.
Well,
because
it's like
people
making
always-
you a little small.
People always go nuts on the hands.
Well, I don't think that's ever
Those are-
happened. His
Mine's
height
like
is his
an
height.
inside Barstool. That's like in internet, like
Big hands.
It's like that
people always
picture.
catch wind of big hands eventually.
Wasn't that was the picture that Fights blog yesterday with Klitschko? Was that photoshopped?
Well, his
Yeah, his neck. Because that's also another perfect one where it's like
Just
you
an
got
inch
hit
here.
by a little bit, but if you just put a little bit more, it's like, wow, this is the craziest picture.
So
ever.
those are the people we should be going after.
Yeah.
Like those are people who understand the internet. Like, you know what? I'm gonna find this innocuous Tom Brady photo and just
You know
make
what?
his hands big. And
I
there's-
wouldn't put it past Milmore to just do that under the radar, and not tell anybody.
Yeah.
Just let
Putting
it go
it out
natural.
there on the internet.
Just that would be a
Letting
Milmore
it
move.
go.
Just sitting there, the silent
and Milmore
assassin.
is next to Feidelberg, so they could have just worked that whole
There
scheme
you go.
up themselves.
Hey, Fights, look at this picture.
Boston, couple Boston stories. Obviously, Isaiah Thomas went berserko yesterday. 53 points, huge win for the Celtics. Great game. We have that Boston story going on. You said today on Barstool Radio, you think Adam Jones is still the biggest story, period, that there is. Did you know that Mike? Have you ever heard of Sports on Earth?
SportsOnEarth.com.
I have heard of that, yes. That's
Yeah?
where Will Leach wrote.
Yeah.
for a
And
while.
also
All right.
Mike Lupica.
I did not know
Yeah.
Lupica
He
landed
wrote
there.
on the Adam Jones thing on sports.earth, sportsearth.com.
How does his son's podcast going, you think? The Lupica
He
boys.
wants to work for us.
The Lupica boys?
Yeah, Lupica wants to do like
They
a political podcast.
Watch
with
out,
us.
they may be coming for that
Lupica
part of my
boys
take
have a
throne.
podcast. Yeah, no, they do. It was...
They want to bring it over under our umbrella.
Yeah, and do you remember the promo? And Mike Lupica was like, these guys work hard, like they haven't been anything given to them. And it was just like, what?
Yeah, okay.
Mike Lupica?
They're going on your name.
We did. I feel like I talked to him about work, and he's actually seems like a smart, nice enough kid, the one who wants to do it. But anyways, so we have that.
By the way, I still think that's the biggest story.
That's I'm going back to the blog.
Yeah.
And also Manny Machado.
Yeah,
so there's a lot going on with the
so-
Red Sox and Orioles.
Right.
Right
So
now.
I mean, Adam Jones came out and was like, "Square up and fight me." Manny Machado went on his whole rant.
I mean, if you're gonna hit me, go ahead. Hit me. You know, don't let the keep lingering around and, you know, keep trying to hit people. I mean, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Nobody should do something about hit pitchers out there with balls in their hands, throwing 100 miles per hour, trying to hit people. I got a bat too. I could go up there and crush somebody if I wanted to. But you know what? I'll get suspended for the year, and the pitchers only get suspended for 2 games.
I still think that's the biggest story today.
It's the biggest story just because, like, anytime there's race on
yeah.
the internet, like, Twitter just has a collective orgasm because
How did you
everyone
like
can-
the guy? Did you see the kid? So Lupica, this is how Lupica gets involved. He wrote an article saying, I have the kid who's at the game who's verifying this entire story. Now people are saying the kid made it up and he wasn't actually at the game. So all the Boston radio stations
Listen to this.
all the Boston radio stations are calling this kid to try to get him on, the newspapers, and he tweeted out, I won't talk to anybody but Barstool Sports.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So we got
Idiot.
We got this prankster
And then
running
we
around.
didn't even bother to talk to him because we were like, "You don't tell us who we're going to
Yeah,
talk to."
We
yeah,
talk
right,
to you
right,
when we're ready.
right,
Don't try to
right.
push us into a
Right,
corner.
right.
We tell you when we're ready to talk to
I
you.
guess it's the Adam Jones story because these stories just kind of have a way of just going on forever. But I mean, that Isaiah Thomas last night was unreal.
He was.
He was making that shot that he made in overtime where he like got fouled and basically didn't have the ball in his hands and then somehow got it back in his hands and scored. That was a pure, this guy's in the zone.
Yeah. And listen, it takes a lot for me to get hyped up about Boston sports doing something good. I was just like rooting for that dude. I was in the zone. I was an
Yeah,
Isaiah
how
Thomas
long-
fan in that
He's
moment.
a tough guy not to root for.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
especially,
not a
and
short-
then you heard
right,
that he did it on his
short,
sister's
he's- yeah,
birthday.
right,
It was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it was just a Disney movie.
That too. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. And I know it doesn't translate, but it's like you have one side, everyone's saying, oh, Boston fans are racist. Then you have the other people going absolutely bananas for Isaiah Thomas. I know it's not totally related. I will say the Boston media reacts the same way, which I understand because I'm a Boston guy. So you do take it a little personal when it's like everyone's saying the city is so racist. But they're in the... I know this for a fact. Somebody yelled that to him, but I do think it's being blown out of proportion. That's my only
Well,
take
my
on it.
problem is it's like any of these stories, both sides, both extremes, I think are the worst. The people who are like Boston's the most racist city are the worst. The people who are like we need proof before we say that this guy could have said
Right.
anything are also the worst. The guy probably said something. There's shitty fans everywhere. Is it a problem there? Maybe. You'll figure out a way to deal with it, and we'll all move on.
Yeah, Boston has a reputation that turns into a sweeping generalization thing, and again, every city has racist fans. It's clearly racist. My dad, what did he have to say? My dad went off.
But
on
it's also the pendulum swings back and forth like that. This happens with every city where like a fan will do something. Everyone will be like, "Oh, look
totally.
at those cities,"
Like, it's
and
the
then
Philly analogy,
someone
yeah.
writes a blog being like, I think actually Jerry wrote that blog being
Yeah.
like, "We need the proof before
Yeah,
we
well, that
gotta let all the
by
facts
the way,
come
I
out."
like that because that plays in Boston. It 1,000% plays, and that's how a lot of people feel. So I was happy Jerry wrote that. I think one person said it. I'm very anti. I called my dad just to tell him because he's a huge Mike Lupica guy. Like he writes on some
course he
website
is.
called Sports on Earth.
Yeah.
He's like, what do they talk about? The environment, trying to save the environment.
We met, by the way, New York Mike Portnoy last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was wild. We did this like, what was it called? The Core Club?
Core Club.
We did like this like speech thing with this like small little theater, and this guy stands up. He's like probably 80 years old. He's like, I came because it was sports, but where do I find you guys?
Yeah.
And like he's like,
Like,
what do
oh,
I
you were in for
download
a
it?
rude
And then
awakening, bro.
I had to leave because we had to come back and tape part of my take. But I heard as I was leaving, he was grilling Dave, and he's like, "Are you Jewish?" And I was like, "This guy is like."
he did. Yeah. And he was so old school. He didn't like where you find the internet. He's like, I don't know what that means.
He also summed up Francesa fans perfectly because I was like, he's like, all I want is the Giants and the Rangers talk. I was like, do you listen to Francesa? He's like, yeah, but he's an idiot. I hate him. And I was like, okay, that's
Yep,
pretty much.
there you go.
I was like, but you still listen. He's like, yeah, I don't turn it off.
Every day.
His wife dragged me. It's like, my wife dragged me here. She told me about sports. I want to know where I can read about the Mets and the Knicks. It was wild. He just stood up, and by the way, it took him 45 minutes to stand up. Yeah. Like nobody stood up when they asked questions. Everybody just raised their hand and said it. This guy like did one of this.
Yeah.
For,
It's like pitching a 10.
yeah, and then he got up. It was wild. That was a wild question. UCLA student body president under fire, doing the blood symbols in a picture. People are upset, saying it's racist, gang appropriation. It's not so much gangs. Like gangs are a symbol of appropriation. I'm bringing this, what?
The appropriation just gets thrown around so fucking much now. It's
I'm
crazy.
bringing this just back. I thought you guys on this very telecast told me that was not the real blood symbol.
Not. That's why this is so ridiculous. Everyone's done this goofy thing.
I read the blog. I don't think we said it wasn't the symbol.
I think that their point is like he thinks it's the symbol. He's doing a
Who
gang
cares?
symbol, but the real Bloods aren't running around doing the fucking white kid spelling
That's
out
not
Bloods.
the real symbol. Then I don't even care if you agree or disagree. It doesn't matter.
But K. Marco had the perfect blog on it. It's like, yeah, we hate gangs. Like, gangs are bad. Like,
Gangs are
yeah,
bad.
and this kid he's a 20-year-old kid who took a picture he probably regrets. The only thing is, if you're someone who, I think he's the student body president.
Right, they're calling for him to resign.
If you're going to be a student body president, just, you should have the sense to never do anything even remotely like this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
you got to be a straight-laced, everyone knows the student body president guy.
This is like
and he doesn't
doing, like,
fucking
the
even drink
shocker,
a beer, though.
This is like
But you see what I'm
corny-
saying, though? Like,
Yeah.
you know the student body president guy when you were in college, and that guy would be like,
so
I
squeaky
don't-
clean.
Like, yeah, we're
Anybody
not
who
21.
Runs,
like,
anybody who runs for that
right.
office is a
That's my
loser.
point. You shouldn't. If you're a loser and run for that office,
But
you shouldn't even
this
be
kind of
caught in
plays
that
because
situation.
the losers do this thing.
Yeah.
I gotta be.
So it fits.
Make the blood symbol.
It's not the
You
blood
told
symbol.
Me, yeah, no, I know that, but I didn't realize
It's like what
that
the
till you
corny
told me
like
that.
people being like.
You've never
I'm gonna-
done the blood symbol.
Yeah, and I'm a corny fucking dumb white guy. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not trying to be tough when I do it.
No, I don't think this kid was either.
Remember when the East Coast West Coast rap battle was at its height? I just thought that if you walked around in LA or in New York
get shot.
doing the other one, you just get shot right away.
I
Like, if you came to New York and you're just like West Coast.
I
boom.
thought you still get murdered doing the blood symbol till you guys told me that wasn't the blood
I
symbol.
don't know. I mean, this is we're
It's all
deep.
like
We're
it's
over
a
our
lot
head in
more
this
like
one, I'd say.
one-hand symbols. They're not like spelling out words with their fingers.
Well, then
John
whoever,
Wall does them all the time.
whoever invented that is a fucking. That's another guy we should hire. Who came up with
The
here's
Bloods.
the symbol and
I'm
spelled
gonna
it out?
spell
There
it.
has to be something behind that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was at one point. I don't know, but now it's like the corny thing that we know to do. If that guy knows the blood symbol, the Bloods
still
is
wanna
not.
make the blood symbol just like I won't drive around. Just like if someone flashes your lights, I won't turn your lights on because they follow you and murder you.
And then there
There's no risk.
concludes the most ill-informed talk about gangs in America.
I know this.
I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how we got.
I don't want to know. You know, it's like I'm good.
It
I
is
know-
true though. Kevin's right. Like they don't. The symbol they use, gangs don't use symbols that everyone
That
knows.
we would know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then someone's
isn't
pulling
like
the
the
wool
Van
over
Buren
everybody.
boys.
It's like it's like if everybody knew the password to get in. You can't do it.
I still would rather not do it. Maybe it's antiquated. I don't know. Stephen Hawking. So he says we got to relocate to within 100 years or we're dead. Stephen Hawking, I don't know. I feel like he's gotten off easy on the rundown for a long
I'm
time.
fucking done.
Oh, do you
Hashtag done with Stephen Hawking.
You know, Hank thinks that he's just there's
it's all an
multiple
act.
there's multiple Stephen Hawkings too. They just shift one in and one out. It's just
I'm done with
I'm
whatever,
not-
however many of them there are, whether he's faking it, whether he's real. I'm fucking done with this guy.
Have you seen Theory of Relativity? I think that's the only thing. I still don't. I'm not even convinced he's smart.
Well, he says things.
Yeah.
I could say this. No, it's actually 75 years because I'm
What
a
did he
genius.
invent?
What?
The
He
theory of
invented-
relativity.
Can we get a little? Can we get some?
The Theory of Relativity.
That's
Which-
okay. That's
no,
not
that's Albert
Stephen
Einstein.
Hawking, That's Albert Einstein.
Theory of
You guys
Relativity.
have computers in your
Dude,
lap.
you're the dumbest.
Also,
Stop
that
doing
was
that.
really dumb.
I
407 years ago.
They're answering
What?
questions.
Alarmingly stupid has it.
How the universe
The
started.
Theory of Relativity.
The Big Bang.
That the laws of physics are the same for all non-accelerating observers by Albert Einstein.
Big deal.
Wait,
What do you
that's
got?
Stephen Hawking or
Yeah,
Albert
no,
Einstein?
we're talking about Stephen Hawking, and he just Googles theory of relativity, and it clearly says Albert Einstein.
These guys don't know how to.
Like, he's
They don't know how to
He
Google.
just the same
What
guy
did
that
I
Googled
say about
Seinfeld
Tom?
last time.
What did I say about
Alarmingly
Tom?
Alarmingly
stupid.
stupid.
What?
Alarmingly
Yeah,
stupid.
you're alarmingly stupid, Tom.
No, we asked
No, I
for
didn't.
Stephen Hawking what he.
To not know how to Google
Over
is
two.
a problem,
That's okay.
man.
You get him next time. You get him next time.
You're so alarmingly stupid. That's a real nickname. That sticks. Well, I don't know how you shorten it, though.
No, you don't. You just gotta say the whole.
Yo, alarmingly stupid. Get over here. Anyways.
Hey, at least you know your name though. Like you'll know that guy.
Alarmingly
Do you know his
stupid.
name?
Tom.
There
I
we
do.
go.
Yeah, because I've
a
heard it
win.
a couple
Yeah,
of
alarmingly
times.
stupid.
Anyways, so we're all.
But yeah, I mean, he
If
just
this-
he talks about things that you can't prove or disprove. So it's
He
like,
can't even talk. He talks about that robot voice.
yeah, that's the other thing. People feeding him information. This is all bullshit.
Well, I will trust something that comes out of a robot voice more than a human voice. That's just a fact.
That's
I
that
won't trust
Elon
him.
Musk shit.
He's got a certain arrogance to him for a guy who's in that-
Crippled.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Wasn't he a big time cocksman back in the day? Didn't he just fuck mad chicks?
Wait,
Can we look that
have you
one up?
ever even seen?
Google. Get on your fucking phone, dummy.
He's texting. He's still like on the research seat, and he's texting. Did Stephen Hawking? I feel like he like maybe cheated on one of his wives and like got it like with a. Like he fucks.
Wait, is there footage of him like walking around like a normal dude and shit?
I think as a kid, yeah.
I've never seen him in anything other than the wheelchair.
The other side of Stephen Hawking: strippers, aliens,
Okay. There
and
we go.
disturbing,
See?
and
So
disturbing
that's
abuse
not bad.
claims.
I'm
should
taking back
hire him.
hashtag done. I kind of like him more now.
I gotta be honest, that's a lethal combo: strippers and aliens.
Yeah.
Like that's,
I mean,
Stephen Hawking.
that's a man after my own
that's a
heart.
show
also-
right
I mean,
there.
that literally is like strippers
That's
and aliens.
Love 'em. Love 'em.
What else?
It proves-
strippers, aliens, sports.
It proves also like no matter how smart and brilliant your mind is, like you still like to see a fucking big ass in your face.
Dude,
That's really what it comes
I
down
think
to.
we need like Barstool Sports, strippers, aliens, and sports.
Yeah.
That's really all we talk about.
and he's a
Put that
cocky-
on a shirt.
Stephen Hawking. Wild ride with Stephen Hawking.
Yeah,
there.
I knew there would be actually. He's one of those guys like we're gonna get deep on Stephen Hawking. He is a cocky motherfucker. He's always got that smirk.
I think that his face is
face
stuck
is
that
frozen
way,
that
buddy.
That's probably because he was smirking quite a bit. It's like
True. Like when you slap someone in the
Yeah,
back.
it's like
It gets frozen
it's
that
not
way.
like an accident.
If you're
that he got
smirking when you
caught.
have your aneurysm,
right,
you
it's
just stuck
like,
that way.
Right. It's not an accident that he's in permanent. Like he's smart enough where he's fixed everything and he's let the smirk stick. Like I guarantee you could unsmirk that.
if
Wipe
you're so
that fucking
smart-
smirk off your face, Stephen
You're
Hawking.
so fucking
I'd like to get
smart. Why
Hawking
don't you
in here and
stand up?
See him defend himself for a lot of these accusations. So that's an open invite for Stephen Hawking. This clip, KG, Ben Wallace on a set of NBA, whatever show, and they're just unfiltered watching KG highlights.
Watch how you come over. I was wanting it the whole series with this nigga. Ooh, nigga, what? No, ooh. So then he pushed me. Hold on, nigga. No, why you feel much still talking about it. I want it with you. I want it with you. What's up? Hey, I want it with you. Hey, look.
This is my question. Why doesn't, I guess we're unfiltered, this show has to exist.
Yeah.
Like imagine this
It
show.
should exist here.
Just-
We should go
yeah,
hire these
like,
guys.
That was must watch.
Yeah.
That was must watch.
I
a
didn't need Ben
combo.
Wallace there.
Yeah, but it
And
plays,
yeah,
it plays as like a trio.
I'm still pissed. Like he was the worst free agent signing of all time. But Ben Wallace just doesn't. It's Sheed and KG.
I mean, electric just, and then you know the show starts and it's so boring. It's like the second they're like,
Yeah, they
oh,
gotta
you
be all
guys gotta
buttoned
now be
up.
like fake.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just everything that's wrong with media summed up in like a clip of this. I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
Throw Stephen Hawking in for Ben Wallace, and then we'll put that shit on.
Stephen Hawking, we gotta get him in here. I bet
We
he's
gotta
good.
just get. We just gotta get.
I don't think Stephen Hawking
we
is
just gotta-
gettable.
Really?
I don't
Just
think
give
he's,
us-
I don't think he's gonna roll up in here.
Give
to
us
you.
20 questions, Stephen Hawking.
Why?
Let us grill you.
I think he's a cocky motherfucker who's like, I'm not gonna go down with these idiot bros. I'm a fucking genius. I'm like an alien myself.
But if he's so smart,
I think
he
he-
should- if he's
Stephen
so,
Hawking definitely thinks he's
No,
above
but
us.
Kevin, you're
Right.
wrong. If he's so smart, he's got nothing to lose coming to talk to idiots like
And
that.
it would
Also,
be
we
good
can
for
lure
Brett.
him with
It would be-
strippers.
It would be like fucking Ravel.
Yeah.
People
Right.
be like, oh, now I like Stephen Hawking.
Right.
Yeah, I think everyone hates
You know
him.
what? Stephen Hawking played me one-on-one, too.
Yeah. Old lady dirt bike versus dirt bike. So not dirt bike, just a motorcycle. Old lady cuts a motorcycle off. The motorcycle guy follows her, pulls up. The lady rolls down the window, and it's Ethel. I mean, it's just an old lady being like, "Sorry, I didn't see you." And this guy is going berserk on the old lady.
You realize you almost fucking killed me back there? Watch where you're fucking going.
Wait, the lady is...
I don't give a fuck. You still watch where you're going. That's my life on the line, bitch.
I would have never done that if I...
I don't give a damn. You watch where you're going.
I do.
Well, obviously not, because you almost fucking killed me.
And the old lady just...
All she's doing is apologizing.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll look
She
next
didn't
time.
do
I'm
anything
sorry.
wrong. She was slowly going, like, across.
Like an old person does.
I don't get what these motorcycle guys with their fucking cameras
It's
are
unbelievable.
doing.
Yeah.
Do they just drive around on a motorcycle, then go home and watch themselves driving around on a motorcycle?
And they also always play the card of like, I'm putting my life on the line every time I'm out there.
don't get on a motorcycle.
You're the fucking
Drive
one
a
doing
car.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
That
fucking
lady's
hate
putting
those
herself
guys.
more on the line getting in a car trying to drive anywhere. Like, I'd say 7 out of 10 old people die or you hear their downfall. They just crash into like a wall.
Yeah,
Like
they fall
can't
asleep and
drive
they're done.
anymore. It's like they think they're in reverse and they just smash
You
into
need
a
an
supermarket.
age cutoff.
The
You
only
need age
motorcycle-
16 to drive and you get cut off at like 75.
The only motorcycle guys I like are the ones who wear no helmets and they have their chick on the back. And they're just like riding around like it's 1970. Those are the guys I respect. These guys with their fucking Kawasaki's
Yeah, I
and
was
their
gonna
whole
say, it's gotta
armor, their
have-
body armor, and their helmet.
The Harley that has like the saddlebags on the side.
the
It's
ones
like a
that are like,
car.
yeah, like they look awful. Those are the guys I respect. But these guys on their little, like, whatever they call
If you have the GoPro, you're
an asshole.
You're a jerk.
You're a fucking or you're Russian.
Yeah. What?
They film
Russian-
everything.
Russians film.
I think you
but,
have
but
to.
you have to.
Yeah,
because
you do.
At any
Because
moment,
people-
like an oil tanker,
Or
will
they
crash
jump and they
into,
jump, or an asteroid, or they
Yes.
people jump in front of your car for insurance.
They fall
You
off
have
the
to.
building because
You
they
need-
always
you-
climb up the tall
You
buildings.
need in Russia.
Yeah.
All right, that's the rundown. I don't know if we get anything post show.
Good luck with the rest of the interns.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
wild.
Good luck with Roman Proval and the Derby. Patches,
Yeah.
who I'm on. The rain's gonna fuck it all up.
So are you? It's you and LaDuca
Well, I don't know now.
going wall to wall on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
That's awesome. You got your big hat?
No, I don't wear the hat.
No, it's a chick move. I was testing you. You passed.